I am Professor Gamal Shiha. We are here in the Egyptian Liver Hospital and we are pleased to support the International NASH Day. NASH is a prevalent disease worldwide and it attracted attention in the last few years due to its prevalence, its complications, clinical impact, and also due to the lack of specific treatment, which needs lifestyle modifications in addition to a diet regime. And in the very recent years, new therapies are emerging. This is very interesting. And the most important thing is awareness. People should be aware of the disease. Doctors should be aware of the disease. Specialists and consultants should be aware of the disease. Awareness is the key element in fighting this disease. That's why it is important to celebrate the International NASH Day. Thank you for helping us shine a light on NASH care in the Egyptian Liver Hospital. Thank you.
Hello, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. Here we are discussing International NASH Day, which is June the 10th, 2021. We'd like to thank Global Liver Institute for their leadership in this, in leading NASH Day, and also for their partnership in this project. So we are Liver Patients International. We are an umbrella organization that takes in many liver patient support and advocacy organizations. So we were founded with members from Austria, Bulgaria, Germany, Greece, Italy, Netherlands, Romania, Switzerland, and the UK. Here in 2021, we're delighted to say that we have new members that are joining us from North Macedonia and also from Argentina. So we're absolutely delighted that we are going away. So as we turn the page, we're going to look at LPI, Liver Patients International, and what we do in the NAFLD and NASH arena. So when we talk about NASH and NAFLD, we do a number of things directly. So one of them, for example, is patient support. So this is through our member organizations who will support patients who are affected by either NASH or NAFLD. We also work at raising awareness. This is a public health issue and it has huge implications for the entire population. So we need to look at raising awareness again within our membership organizations. As Liver Patients International, we also do a number of things. So for example, we are involved in international advocacy where we, for example, take part in the NASH Policy Forum or perhaps the NASH Council with GLI. There's a policy working group. There's an international NASH patient expert group. We're also working on the name change or the change in nomenclature for NASH and NAFLD. And we're also involved in EU Pearl as well, which is a project about helping NASH and NAFLD research and making it as efficient and as patient-centric as possible. So one example that we use for work that we do is patient support. So we have our member organizations that we spoke about earlier, and they do a huge amount of work. So for example, they have helplines, they have information on their websites, they do videos. And again, LPI as an umbrella organization, we have information on our website. We have the video that we did for International NASH Day 2020 as well. So in terms of the international advocacy, we talked about the name change that may or may not happen, but the patient voice is at that table, and Liver Patients International is there. We also work on policy. So again, for example, the NASH Council Policy Working Group and the International NASH Patient Expert Group. We also look at care pathways and we look at diagnosis, and we make sure that the patient voice is incorporated into all of this as much as possible. But we are just one cog. We have many partners with whom we work. So we work with Global Liver Institute very closely, very well. We work with patients directly. We take the patient experience and use that to improve the patient experience. We work with academic bodies such as EASL, AASLD, APASL. We bring together policymakers, we work with industry makers. All of these come together to form a partnership that is Liver Patients International, working with others on behalf of patients for NASH and NAFLD. And so it's really important to remember that LPI keeps patients right at the center of everything it does. We have active partnerships. We work on policy and advocacy work on behalf of patients. We have information awareness campaigns. It's always about empowering patients, supporting other national and international patient organizations in their efforts. And again, we do so in a democratic and transparent way. So thank you for your attention today. Here are some of the partners with whom we work, and we bid you well on this International NASH Day 2021.
We at the Yale School of Medicine and Yale New Haven Health System are happy to support International NASH Day and the Global Liver Institute in their efforts to make more known about this often silent disease. As the most common chronic liver disease in the world, NASH affects about 1 in 4 people worldwide and is in large part driven by the global obesity pandemic. NASH causes chronic liver disease and can lead to severe liver scarring, also known as cirrhosis. Currently, weight loss is the only treatment to prevent and halt disease progression. We join the other partners worldwide in supporting efforts to eradicate this disease through outreach and education.
Olá, meu nome é Bianca Della Guardia, eu sou médica e patologista e da equipe de transplante do Hospital Israelita Albert Einstein, São Paulo, Brasil. Atualmente, eu sou coordenadora do Grupo Médico Assistencial de Doenças Hepáticas do hospital. E um dos nossos focos de interesse é a esteatose hepática, ou NASH. Desde 2019, nós participamos, em conjunto com o GLI, o Global Liver Institute, do Dia da Esteatose Hepática. Esse ano, dia 10 de junho, nós iremos realizar várias atividades, tanto para um público leigo, na tentativa de disseminar conhecimento sobre a doença e de empoderar o paciente sobre como fazer um diagnóstico precoce, como prevenir e como tratar a esteatose hepática, mas também para colegas profissionais de saúde, especialistas de fígado e também não especialistas. Como eu faço parte também do grupo de transplante de fígado do hospital, aqui na América do Sul, e especialmente no Brasil, nós vemos um enorme número de casos de esteatose hepática, infelizmente evoluindo para as formas mais graves de cirrose, com aparecimento de câncer de fígado, e provavelmente, se nada for feito, em 2 a 3 anos, essa doença já vai ser uma das principais indicações para transplante de fígado. Algo tem que ser feito, a gente tem que disseminar conhecimento sobre a doença, tem que empoderar os pacientes para evitar esse grande número de complicações que a gente vê nos pacientes com esteatose hepática. Vamos lá participar do NASH Day, dia 10 de junho. Obrigada.
Les doy la bienvenida a las actividades del NASH Day organizadas por la Asociación Argentina de Nutrición Enteral y Parenteral. Mi nombre es Paula Cabrera, soy licenciada en nutrición y coordinadora del Grupo de Estudio de Nutrición en Enfermedades Hepáticas de la ANEP. Estamos muy contentos de poder formar parte de las actividades de difusión y concientización del NASH organizadas por el Global Liver Institute y también de ser la primera sociedad científica de nutrición de Argentina en formar parte de las mismas. Para eso organizamos una actividad abierta a todo público en idioma español, interdisciplinaria, a través de un Instagram Live y que tendrá como principal eje el tratamiento nutricional de estos pacientes. También hemos organizado una actividad científica interdisciplinaria para abordar el espectro de la enfermedad desde la epidemiología, la historia natural y el diagnóstico hasta las estrategias terapéuticas para el complejo abordaje de estos pacientes con foco principalmente en la masa muscular y la sarcopenia. Así que esta es nuestra propuesta y los invitamos a todos a participar. Muchas gracias.
NASH Day для нас – это не просто дата в календаре, это не просто день, который отмечают гепатологи мира, Российской Федерации. Но это повод. Повод для того, чтобы вновь и вновь акцентировать внимание на глобальной проблеме. Проблеме, которая по своим масштабам становится все более и более значимой. Не только в гепатологии, но и в целом ряде других направлений медицины. Это растущая заболеваемость, связанная с жировой болезнью печени, уже является очень серьезным предметом для усилий эндокринологов, кардиологов, гинекологов, онкологов. И это очень хороший, снова повторюсь, повод для того, чтобы наши усилия в виде мультидисциплинарной команды актуализировать на раннем скрининге этих пациентов, выявлении диагноза, назначении самой современной и эффективной терапии. Очень важно, что мы, являясь одним из крупнейших субъектов Российской Федерации, работая в большом институте, который является главной больницей для 8-миллионного населения, можем и должны реализовывать эту стратегию раннего скрининга, выявления диагноза и назначения лечения. И именно вот этот мультидисциплинарный подход позволяет нам этот принцип реализовать. Мы максимально широко на территориях Московской области занимаемся первичным выявлением пациентов не только с жировой болезнью печени, но и вместе с коллегами-эндокринологами, кардиологами, пациентов с сахарным диабетом, атерогенными дислипидемиями, ишемической болезнью сердца. Мы ставим своевременный диагноз и в том числе благодаря инновационным технологиям принимаем активное участие в лечении этих больных. Важно, что наша терапия влияет не только на течение неалкогольной жировой болезни печени, но и на исходы других заболеваний. Ну и нельзя в этот период не упомянуть о невероятном негативном влиянии жировой болезни печени, ожирения на исходы COVID-19. Больше половины пациентов, имевших, к сожалению, неблагоприятный исход, это люди, которые характеризуются вот этим симптомокомплексом. Именно поэтому сейчас мы максимальные усилия направляем на снова и снова скрининг, снова и снова верификацию диагноза и назначение эффективного лечения в составе мультидисциплинарной команды.
Рост случаев неалкогольной жировой болезни печени, конечно, ассоциируется с ростом случаев ожирения и сахарного диабета, прежде всего второго типа. Для того, чтобы остановить эту эпидемию, для того, чтобы минимизировать переход неалкогольной жировой болезни печени в более серьезные формы, неалкогольный статогепатит, цирроз печени, гепатоцеллюлярную карциному, конечно, необходим ранний скрининг, необходимо на ранних стадиях выявлять таких пациентов, и мы, врачи разных специальностей, и гастроэнтерологи, и гепатологи, и эндокринологи, и кардиологи, и онкологи. Мы прекрасно понимаем, что неалкогольная жировая болезнь печени – это не просто заболевание печени. Это часть метаболического синдрома. И основная причина смерти этих пациентов – сердечно-сосудистые заболевания. Основные коморбидные состояния – это сахарный диабет и ожирение. И в реальной клинической практике мы активно занимаемся скринингом таких пациентов, прежде всего пациентов с повышенной массой тела и ожирением. Стараемся рано выявлять нарушение углеводного обмена, дислипидемию. И, конечно же, используем те современные достижения, которые нам доступны в лечении пациентов с повышенной массой тела, ожирением, сахарным диабетом, Прежде всего, активно используем препараты агонисты рецепторов глюкагон-подобного пептида 1, но и в рамках научных исследований также принимаем участие в международных клинических исследованиях, посвященных поиску непосредственно препаратов, которые могли бы быть использованы для лечения неалкогольной жировой болезни печени. Очень важно определить тип пищевого поведения пациента. Очень важно определить возможности его занятия физической активностью, так, чтобы это было во благо, а не вызывало какое-то ухудшение качества жизни. Поэтому, конечно, во многом это индивидуальная работа, и это всегда очень плотный контакт врача и пациента, длительный контакт, потому что мы, конечно, ставим реальные цели. Снижение массы тела – это не быстрый процесс, и важно не только ее снизить, важно поддерживать массу тела длительно. Пациентам всегда нужна помощь врача в этом вопросе, советы врача, рекомендации, и мы активно сотрудничаем с нашими пациентами. Именно сотрудничаем, поскольку, конечно, коррекция массы тела – один из основных факторов, которые позволяют нам бороться с неалкогольной жировой болезнью печени.
Afia Wealth Initiative in Nigeria. We are partnering with the Global Liver Institute to create awareness on NASH, non-alcoholic steatohepatitis. And we have these materials produced in partnership with the Global Liver Institute. We distribute it across hospitals in Nigeria. We can't get in due to COVID-19 protocols, but in partnership with 3 hospitals in Abuja, produce over 1,000 of these and they distribute them to patients. And we also engage in activities on social media to sensitize people on what NASH or non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is about. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Warren Hall from the American Liver Foundation. The American Liver Foundation has joined forces with the Global Liver Institute and many other of our global partners for International NASH Day 2021. Now, ALF has always recognized the public health impact of NAFLD and NASH, and so has made it a priority to raise awareness about these diseases through public education. Throughout the years, the American Liver Foundation has educated thousands of people through live and recorded presentations. Many of these recorded presentations can still be found on our website, liverfoundation.org, on our YouTube channel, as well as printed materials that can be found on our website. ALF also provides direct support to those living with NASH and their loved ones through our NASH Facebook support group page. Our legislative advocacy work engages patients, families, and our staff with legislators, with those who are directly involved in the writing of healthcare bills that directly affect liver patients around the country. In September of 2020, the American Liver Foundation assembled patients and physicians for a NASH roundtable. Now, the goal of this meeting was to try to identify some of those unmet needs of those who are living with NASH. And then using these findings, we established a NASH patient Bill of Rights. Now, we understand that those who are living with NASH all have different diagnoses and their treatment plans might be different. But this NASH patient Bill of Rights can help them to work with their doctors and with their medical teams to achieve the best care and health outcomes that are possible. We are now pleased to have just a few members of our NASH National Patient Advisory Committee to read this Bill of Rights.
As someone living with NASH, you have the right to receive the best care and treatment possible at all points during your NASH journey, with the goal of keeping your liver healthy for longer and gaining a better understanding of how your liver functions.
Take as much time as necessary with your healthcare team to understand what your diagnosis means, what treatment options you can consider, and ways you can manage your symptoms.
Ask your doctor for a specialist referral for a second opinion. A gastroenterologist and/or a hepatologist could provide helpful information and ways to improve your treatment plan. Partner with your doctor to create a multidisciplinary team that supports your treatment plan, and perhaps include a dietitian and exercise specialist.
Expect ongoing coordination of your care between and among your primary care physician, the specialists you see, and other members of your multidisciplinary care team. Request non-invasive tests, which are simple, repeatable, and sometimes free, as part of your NASH diagnosis and management.
Know your cholesterol and triglyceride levels because high levels can cause damage to the liver. Discuss with your doctor methods you can use to keep both levels low. Discuss treatment options beyond losing weight, including those participations in clinical trials of new treatments.
Ensure your doctor provides your caregiver with your specific treatment information, as well as with information on what symptoms you could be experiencing as the result of your NASH diagnosis. Engage with other NASH patients for emotional support, either one-on-one or as a member of a patient support group, to help you go through your NASH treatment journey, and encourage your caregiver to seek peer-to-peer support to help handle the challenges of your loved one's diagnosis.
Hi, my name is William Okran, representing Empowerment for Sustainable Livelihood. Our work engages government policymakers and other civil society organizations to promote liver disease prevention, improve access to care and treatment, build the capacity of health professionals, support community-based groups initiatives, increase knowledge and innovation, and also create public awareness. Basically, we do these tasks through the following. Quarterly, we organize NASH programs to schools, churches, communities. We do also do face-to-face interaction, door-to-door interactions, and also radio talk shows, international TV talk shows, and also send flyers on liver-related diseases to people. The silence surrounding liver diseases is taking a devastating toll on the liver healthcare in the country. Globally, we are ranked 17 in terms of liver-related disease, and annually more than 6,000 people die out of liver-related diseases.
Soy Fabiana Bautista, presidente de Fundación Sayani para personas con enfermedades hepáticas y trasplantados hepáticos. Fue creada en el año 2015 por y para nosotros los pacientes. Estamos en San Salvador de Jujuy, provincia de Jujuy, Argentina, y nos sentimos muy emocionados de apoyar el NASH Day. En Fundación Sayani trabajamos para prevenir y concientizar sobre hígado graso, realizando jornadas comunitarias, gratuitas para la detección de hígado graso y hepatocarcinoma, además de otras enfermedades del hígado, donde testeamos, detectamos y facilitamos tratamiento. Gracias por ayudarnos a encender una luz sobre el cuidado del NASH en Sayani.
Hi, we're here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we're pleased to support International NASH Day. My name is Gina Madison, and I am the Executive Director of NASH Knowledge, a nonprofit that my dad founded after his fatty liver disease and NASH journey that ended in cirrhosis and ultimately a life-saving transplant. One of our primary focuses at NASH Knowledge is educating the general public about NASH, about fatty liver disease, and about the importance of a healthy diet and exercise. Kids are a huge focus of ours, as 10% of kids have a fatty liver. So we're focusing on family health. Kids today are consuming more sugar than ever before. And it's scary because the liver processes sugar just as it does alcohol. So it should be no surprise that fatty liver disease is on the rise with children. In his book, Sugar Proof, Dr. Green does not just uncover the hidden dangers of sugar, but he also includes recipes as well. We hope you enjoy us cooking the veggie fried rice from Dr. Green's book as a family today. Can you get the chicken out of the fridge, though?
Where is it?
It's in the fridge.
This?
Yeah, I think so. Do you need like a,
This?
yeah, or something?
Well, if you want one. Can I try Pap?
Careful, oh, you do broccoli.
Oh, okay. Bad. Grandma, can I have? Never mind. What do you want, Joe?
Stick the point first.
Tomatoes.
Yeah,
Oh, here, I was gonna get you some.
You see what I did?
I think you said over here, it's fine.
I need a plate to put some of the stuff.
Yeah, they can be scrambled.
Okay.
Like, you know.
Because that's what I like to do. Oh, yeah, that's what they make in Jerusalem.
Is it fun doing a family meal like this?
Yeah?
Is what's in your family?
Cooking it like this.
Is that the rice? Anyone want some? You have to roll back. You need to put a few minutes
In a few minutes.
I don't really like this one. How much milk do I have? They go in this bowl, okay, Pap?
Careful. Alright.
Or this bowl. I chose that bowl.
Dump it in. Be careful with the heat.
All of it?
Oh, yeah. Nice. All right.
Yeah.
We hope that you enjoyed watching us cook together as a family. This past year was really hard for all of us, and many of us lost our health. I personally am not a fan of cooking in the kitchen, but I had so much fun cooking with my family and teaching my kids some healthy habits, and them teaching me as well. At NASH Knowledge, we encourage all families to make small steps every single day to get healthier together as a family. In a couple weeks, we'll be launching a year-long campaign focused on family health that will be kicking off with a healthy Thanksgiving in June on June 24th. We hope you can join us. Also, don't forget to check out today's episode of our Love Your Liver podcast, where Dr. Michael Garan, who inspired our meal today, will be our featured guest in honor of International NASH Day. A healthy lifestyle and a healthy diet means a healthy liver. And at NASH Knowledge, we like to give our livers just a little bit of extra love. Thank you for helping us shine a light on NASH care in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
June 10 is International NASH Day. We at Dialab, the National Diabetes Organization, are proud to be supporting this cause and raising awareness about it in Lebanon. As the number of diabetes cases increases worldwide, it is in the core of our mission to raise awareness in order to prevent the disease and educate the patients to better deal with their condition and prevent its complications. Day by day, We are increasingly hearing about the relationship between NASH and type 2 diabetes. It is known that the majority of individuals with NAFLD have insulin resistance. For over 10 years now, we have been shedding the light on the importance of healthy lifestyles to prevent and control diabetes and other non-communicable diseases or NCDs through educational sessions, workshops, awareness campaigns, addressing all age groups from the community as well as professionals across Lebanon. We will hear now from our professionals from the Dialab Scientific Board about the prevention, diagnosis, complications, and of course the treatment of NASH.
Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is the most common chronic liver disease worldwide. Global prevalence is much higher in patients with type 2 diabetes, and in the Middle East, for example, the prevalence of NAFLD in type 2 diabetics may be as high as 70%. Moreover, the coexistence of NAFLD and type 2 diabetes significantly increases the risk of progression to non-alcoholic steatohepatitis and cirrhosis. Also, patients with both conditions are at an increased risk for cardiovascular disease and mortality. Lifestyle intervention with diet and exercise remains the mainstay of treatment for NAFLD and NASH. In conclusion, the relationship between NAFLD and type 2 diabetes is bidirectional. Increased awareness for NASH and its complications is warranted among diabetologists, and an interdisciplinary approach starting with early identification to lifestyle modifications and NASH-specific therapies is needed for our patients.
Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is a disease that happens when you have fat deposits in the liver parenchyma. Now, fatty liver disease is considered as a spectrum of a disease that is part of the so-called metabolic syndrome that encompasses diabetes, dyslipidemia, central obesity, and insulin resistance. This is the so-called metabolic syndrome. Now, the reason why this is extremely important because the percentage of these patients with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease will eventually progress to non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, which is inflammation of the liver cells and around the liver cells. And this eventually will progress to fibrosis and cirrhosis. So if you reach a cirrhosis, this is an irreversible, and we don't want the patient to reach this stage. The diagnosis simply is by an ultrasound. We have different blood tests to do, but the best and the easiest way to do is to do an ultrasound. The treatment of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is basically to treat underlying metabolic syndrome. So if you're diabetic, you need to have a very well control of diabetes. Dyslipidemia, you need to be treated for dyslipidemia. Obesity, you need to lose weight by any modality, even by bariatric surgery, because this is the best way to treat non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So we have a lot of medications that are in the pipeline and in phase 2 and phase 3 trials, but so far the best modality of treatment is treat your diabetes, treat your dyslipidemia, lose weight, and exercise to be able to reach 10% of your body loss.
As the prevalence of obesity and diabetes has been on the rise in the Middle Eastern region, so has the prevalence of fatty liver and NASH. Lifestyle changes are very effective at both preventing and treating this condition. Some research has even shown that NASH can be reversed with adequate lifestyle interventions, physical activity, and moderate weight loss. Going back to our roots and following traditional sustainable diets such as the Lebanese Mediterranean diet is a good way at improving patient outcomes. Focusing on plant sources of foods such as whole grains, nuts, seeds, beans, lots of fruits and vegetables, while decreasing the intake of added sugar, saturated fats, and increasing good fats and fish is a very easy way for patients to improve their lifestyle. Try having some tabbouleh with some hummus and some olive oil.
Hi, I'm Dr. Saima Ijaz from London King's College Hospital, and I'm glad to participate in GLI's International NASH Day 2021. I run the Liver NASH Clinic with my colleagues at King's in the Hepatology Unit, which is renowned worldwide. We have a huge population of NASH patients coming to King's, and we not only guide them about the management but also educate them about recent advancements in treatment regarding lifestyle and especially trials, as we have a vast NASH trial portfolio at King's. I'm really proud of my initiative of starting the first patient support group for NASH patients at King's called LiveFit. It is a platform to give education and self-reliance to patients having NASH. We organize meetings every 2 months for the patients where we invite experts in the field of nutrition, physical activity, clinicians, sleep experts, psychologists, and motivational speakers. We also have our own newsletter. During COVID-19, these meetings have been online. LiveFit also have an executive group of patients who participate in the PPI for our research studies at King's. LiveFit is like a family where we all, patients and experts, work together to beat NASH.
I'm part of the LiveFit team at King's, and I want to raise awareness of NASH.
I am part of LiveFit group at King's Hospital and want to raise awareness about NASH. The fantastic team has helped me a lot with the treatment, which I deeply appreciate. And I have changed my lifestyle for better. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Federico. I'm part of the LiveFit group at King's College Hospital. I changed my lifestyle since becoming involved in this group, and it really did change things for the better for me. Thanks to Dr. Ajaz and her team, I am now more healthy than I was before.
Come to live in NASH Clinic at King's and part of the LiveFit group.
Hi, I'm Shiri Ali. I'm part of the LiveFit group.
Thank you for helping us shine a light on NASH care in 2021.
Hola, estamos hoy en la Ciudad de México, desde donde nos complace apoyar el Día Internacional de la Esteatopatitis No Alcohólica. Mi nombre es Elena Peraza y les compartiré información sobre cómo podemos cuidar nuestro planeta, nuestra salud y nuestro hígado. ¡Acompáñenme!
Anteriormente, los pueblos de cada sitio del mundo consumían los alimentos disponibles en su localidad. A partir de la revolución industrial, la dieta comenzó a cambiar, trayéndonos a la forma de consumo que tenemos hoy en día, siendo una dieta alta en alimentos ultraprocesados. Actualmente tenemos un bombardeo comercial de alimentación industrializada, sobrecondimentada. Es por eso que la propuesta de consumo saludable y sustentable en nuestro país es la dieta de la milpa, que se basa en el consumo de alimentos originarios de la región. La milpa no es solo una forma de consumo, sino también un sistema de policultivo tradicional que ha sido la base de la nutrición en México y Mesoamérica desde tiempos prehispánicos. Promueve en primera instancia el consumo de vegetales originarios de la región, siendo las bases el maíz, el frijol, la calabaza y los chiles, que contienen esencialmente vitaminas, fibra y minerales que funcionan como antioxidantes en nuestro cuerpo, ayudándonos a fortalecer la salud, reduciendo el riesgo contra muchas enfermedades. Los vegetales que se consumen pueden variar según la región del país, pero resaltan los nopales, las verdolagas, el jitomate, los chiles, el chayote y los hongos, que son ricos en fibra. Dependiendo también de la zona, se consumirán alimentos ricos en energía, como el maíz, el camote, los frijoles, el amaranto, las habas y las frutas nativas de la zona. Estas contienen carbohidratos, fibra soluble y proteína de origen vegetal, mientras que el aguacate y las semillas como las pepitas, la chía y los cacahuates nos brindan ácidos grasos omega 3. La dieta de la milpa aporta ventajas, ya que la población se encuentra biológicamente adaptada a ella. Es reflejo de identidad local, pone de manifiesto una serie de conocimientos productivos y culturales desde su producción hasta el consumo, y es sustentable ya que no requiere el uso de agroquímicos o pesticidas, y si se obtienen los vegetales de la misma localidad, disminuye el uso de transporte. La alimentación, además de ser un acto biológico, es una actividad fundamentalmente social y cultural. La dieta de la milpa, por su forma de cultivo y cosecha, fomenta la convivencia entre pares. Es una propuesta sostenible, saludable y en equilibrio con el medio ambiente, que pueden fomentar los líderes y gobiernos de cada país. No importa dónde estés, puedes optar por consumir alimentos de la región, obtenerlo de productores locales y utilizar cocciones tradicionales de la zona.
Gracias por ayudarnos a orientar la atención de la esteatohepatitis no alcohólica en México. Nos vemos pronto.
Здраво! Јас сум Билјана Мирчевска, председател на невладината организација Сочува и лекувај, Асоциација на пациенти со заболување на црн дроб од Македонија. Горди сме што и оваа година на 10 јуни во Македонија го одбележуваме светскиот наш ден, заболување кое што представува неалкохолно замастување на црниот дроб. Ситуацијата со заболени во Македонија не е многу поразлична од состојбата во светот, меѓутоа официјални статистички податоци се уште нема. Бидејќи самото заболување го афектира црниот дроб, најмногу поради нездравиот начин на живот и пациентите со дијабетес, кои што според официјалната статистика во Македонија во 2016 изнесувал над 120.000, а околу 40.000 се зависни од инсулинска терапија, можеме да претпоставиме дека бројот на заболени од НАШ е далеку поголем. Загрижувачки е тоа што НАШ се дијагностицира и кај мали деца во се поголем број во последните години. Тоа се должи на фактот што се поголем процент од населението и малите деца имаат синдром на дебелење. Сепак, самиот процес за поставување на дијагноза е тежок, првенствено поради тоа што заболувањето не се манифестира со специфични симптоми, но и поради немање здравствена култура кај населението за навремено и редовно испитување на црнодробните ензими. Моменталната ситуација со пандемијата дополнително придонесува да бројот на заболени со НАШ се зголемува, поради тоа што луѓето немаат скоро никаква физичка активност, се хранат нездраво и многу обилно. Исто така македонската традиционална кујна вклучува многу продукти кои се штетни за црниот дроб. Поради тоа, на овој ден, со организирање на различни активности, се трудиме да ја подигнеме свеста кај општата популација за постоењето на оваа болест, за која многу малку се знае. Меѓутоа, не само кај општата популација, туку и кај лекарите, нивото на свеста за оваа болест е многу ниско, па затоа повикуваме и лекарите да обрнат поголемо внимание на здравието на црниот дроб, бидејќи тешко се диагностицира, тешко се превенира поради недостаток на свест кај луѓето, а уште потешко се лекува. Затоа повикуваме сите да ја зголемат свеста за начинот на своето однесување и да внимаваат повеќе на своето здравје и здравието на црниот дроб.
Здраво, јас сум Христијан Николовски од невладината организација Сочувај лекувај Асоциација на пациенти со заболување на црниот дроб Македонија. Минатата година за прв пат во Македонија, благодарение на поддршката од Global Liver Institute, беше одбележен светскиот наш ден. Дел од активностите кои ги спроведовме на 12 јуни беше и организирање на прошетка во природа во околната шума, а се со цел да се подигне општата свест за значењето на физичката активност во превенирање на NASH. Прошетката беше организирана така што ден пред да се реализира, со маркери беше обележана патеката по која што треба да се помине за учесниците да можат полесно да ја следат. На денот на настанот беше поставен штанд на самиот почеток, на кој што се делеа информативни и едукативни материјали и одговаравме на прашањата кои што граѓаните ги имаа за оваа болест. Исто така беше поделен и по еден здрав оброк за да се обрне внимание и на здравата исхрана која игра клучна улога во превенцијата. Во самиот настан учество зедоа и нутриционисти, лекари, спортски тренери и студенти. Оваа година ќе продолжиме традицијата и повторно ќе организираме прошетка во шума. Бројот на учесници ќе биде сигурно поголем, бидејќи оваа година има интерес и од основните училишта за да земат учество во настанот. Покрај тоа, ќе организираме и пресконференција за медиуми за сите релевантни информации да стигнат до пошироката јавност. Изразуваме огромна благодарност на Global Liver Институтот за укажаната поддршка и доверба која што ни овозможи и оваа година да ги реализираме нашите активности. Горди сме што сме дел од едно интернационално семејство во борбата против NASH.
The Fatty Liver Foundation is pleased to be supporting International NASH Day from the United States.
I'm Wayne Eskridge. I'm 76. I'm CEO of the Fatty Liver Foundation, and I'm a cirrhosis patient. I learned of it by accident because I had gallbladder surgery, and when the surgeon came out, he said, well, you've got a bad gallbladder, but you've also got cirrhosis liver. And this was just dumbfounding. It was a shock.
I will never forget when the doctor told me that Wayne had stage 4 liver cirrhosis. I was by myself in the waiting room expecting for the doctor to come out and tell me that the gallbladder surgery was successful. And he proceeded to tell me that Wayne had stage 4 liver cirrhosis and that he maybe had 10 years to live. It was truly a shock. It was just absolutely devastating. We had absolutely no idea that there might be something wrong with Wayne.
I thought I was a really healthy guy. I was more active than a lot of people, but I gained a pound a year for 50 years, and sometimes a little more. When I got my diagnosis, it was a life-altering moment. I turned to my wife, and we looked at each other, and somehow we decided right then that we really would change our life. And we went home, and we cleaned out our pantry, and we cleaned out our refrigerator, and we threw everything away, and we started over, and we haven't looked back. Rosemary, my wife, is the guardian angel for me because it's very difficult as an individual to even remember all the things that you want to change, the things that you want to eat, the amounts you want to eat, trying not to cheat, just having the discipline to really adopt a different style of life. Out of that, I created the Fatty Liver Foundation, and we set out to change the world and teach people how to eat and how to deal with fatty liver and NASH.
I think the thing that is just really inspiring is his passion for helping other people avoid what he has gone through.
I hope that people see our messages and learn that The diagnosis of NASH and cirrhosis is not a hopeless thing. It's important to understand that NASH is serious, but that the things that you do from now on are critical to the progression of the disease. You do have some power to control your life.
We're here in Cologne, Germany, and we're pleased to support International NASH Day. My name is Ingo van Thiel, and I work as editor and patient advisor at Deutsche Leberhilfe e.V., German Liver Aid. So let's talk about our situation in Germany. 1 in 4 German citizens is estimated to have a fatty liver, possibly even more. And up to 4% of our population are estimated to suffer from NASH, the more serious and inflammatory form of NAFLD. That would be 1 in 25 Germans with a serious liver disease. Why is that? As in other industrialized countries, we are facing similar challenges. We eat more, we sit more. Many people suffer from metabolic syndrome, including obesity, insulin resistance or diabetes, high blood pressure, and others. As we all know, these can factor into NAFLD and NASH. Lifestyle changes are still the #1 treatment. This will likely not change even if medications for NASH become available in the future. A challenge we see at Leberhilfe is that there's virtually no grassroots activism from NAFLD patients in Germany. It is still us talking to the patients, but we would love to see NAFLD patients in Germany to come forward, get active, and also speak for themselves. Now, the situation with NAFLD in Germany was difficult enough, and now we have a global pandemic. And this causes 3 new problems for NAFLD patients. The first one, the virus itself is obviously a risk for patients. Many NASH patients are also obese and suffer from high blood pressure or heart problems, kidney problems, and others. We are still not sure how much fatty liver impacts the risk, but with or without it, many fatty liver patients do have a lot of risk factors for serious COVID. Second problem, the pandemic has reduced the care of liver patients. Specialist time for NASH patients already was a rare resource before the pandemic, and some patients had to wait months for a specialist appointment, and even when they got into specialist care, sometimes it's a year until the next follow-up. Enter COVID. Now the problem of care for NAFLD and NASH patients has become even bigger. A survey last year showed that in 2020, many hepatologists dedicated 25% or more of their time to COVID diagnostics and care. Third problem, the lockdowns increase unhealthy habits, which increase the risk of NAFLD and NASH. We sit even more and we eat even more. Troubled sleep increases daytime hunger. So we call on patients with NAFLD, please follow the scientific guidance also on COVID as it evolves. Get vaccinated when you can. Also, as much as you can, keep moving. If you can take a walk, do it. If you can exercise, do it. If you are confined to your home, try to move around more in your home. And even if you live in a very, very small home, like you just got 1 square meter and highly sensitive neighbors who don't like any noise, you can still find exercise videos online for exercises that you can do quietly and standing in one place. When you can, please reduce the supply of sweet treats and comforts in your cupboard and of sweet beverages in your fridge. Instead, use the time you have to start a new hobby, something that keeps your mind occupied. So keep safe, keep moving, mentally and physically. This will not only help your fatty liver, but it will help you get through these challenging times safely and healthily. That's it from us at German Liver Aid. Thank you for helping us shine a light on NASH care in Germany.
My name is Dufour Jean-François. I am a hepatologist working in Switzerland, and I'm also the president of the Swiss NASH Foundation. I'm taking care of a lot of patients with liver diseases, in particularly NASH and liver cancer. These pandemic times have been very difficult for NASH patients. They are socially isolated, they are economically stressed, they are eating less healthy, they are not cooking, they are going for fast food, soft soda, and they are gaining weight. Moreover, they are told not to get out, and so they exercise even less. So all the changes that we are hoping and pushing for them to achieve have been actually been put on hold due to this pandemic. Hopefully, in the next months, we'll be able, thanks to the vaccination, to come back to a kind of a normal, and we will be able to motivate them to change their habits, to improve their health, and hopefully, in a slightly more distant future, we'll have medication improving their liver condition. So it's very important that this International NASH Day gives some visibility to this very important disease.
Και εμείς από την Αθήνα υποστηρίζουμε την Παγκόσμια ημέρα μη αλκοολικής στεατοϊπατίτιδας, NASH. Σήμερα, 10 Ιουνίου, είναι η Παγκόσμια ημέρα για τη μη αλκοολική στεατοϊπατίτιδα, NASH, η οποία σύντομα θα είναι η πρώτη αιτία μεταμόσχευση ύπατος στον κόσμο. Είναι μια ασθένεια η οποία δεν έχει συμπτώματα, αλλά ούτε και θεραπεία, τουλάχιστον ακόμα. Γι' αυτό προλαμβάνουμε την ασθένεια, κάνοντας γυμναστική, τρώγοντας σωστά, πίνοντας λιγότερο αλκοόλ και κάνοντας έλεγχο στο σηκώτη μας σε τακτά χρονικά διαστήματα. Μην το αμελήσεις, είναι σημαντικό. Σας ευχαριστούμε που μας βοηθάτε να δυναμώσουμε το μήνυμα της μη αλκοολικής στεατοϊπατίτιδας, NASH, στην Αθήνα.
Hello, dear friends of GLI. Thank you for the invitation. I am Julio Burman, directing heads the Israeli Association for Liver Diseases, and we want to talk about the NASH Day. Last year, in the NASH Day, we made a webinar and a big social media campaign in order to increase the awareness regarding to fatty liver and NASH, and we started a little bit with the campaign in schools in order to educate kids. You know, one of each 5 kids has obesity. So we can educate and avoid part of them to reach fatty liver. This year we will make a big social media campaign and also a big webinar with presentations with doctors and patients talking about their journey in fatty liver and NASH. And we will restart the education campaign in schools with an animation helping kids to understand what is diet and life, changing the way of life and making exercise and good diet. In these times that there are a lot of trials, and one of our missions like NGO is to help people to participate in clinical trials, but beyond this, we have not still the pill or sometimes the magic pill like people are waiting. But even if we will find the magic pill, we will need to continue changing the style of life of adults and educating kids in order to save them to reach fatty liver. So thank you very much, and I wish you all a very safe times and a rapid response to COVID-19, and that everyone will be healthy.
Hello, I'm Dr. Ndum Ibi Oliver, and we are here at Victoria Health Foundation in Limbe to support the World International NASH Day. NASH is an abbreviation which stands for non-alcoholic steatohepatitis. It is a condition caused by excess buildup of fats or accumulation of fats at the level of the liver, which will eventually cause inflammation and damage to the liver cells. So it is a group of affections which belongs to a specific condition called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. NASH is common with people who are obese, overweight, people with insulin resistance, people with high level of cholesterol, triglycerides, and people who have hypothyroidism. NASH or non-alcoholic steatohepatitis is always asymptomatic at the beginning or without signs. And at this stage, you may have signs and symptoms like fatigue, right upper quadrant pain. NASH can lead to liver cirrhosis, and in this case, the person will present with itchy skin, easy bleeding, accumulation of fluid in the abdomen and in the leg, and with yellow eyes. NASH or non-alcoholic steatohepatitis is very complicated to diagnose, especially in developing countries due to the lack of proper equipment, reason why it is often misdiagnosed. To diagnose NASH, we will always begin with a physical exam, a review of the patient's history, and liver function tests. We will then proceed to do an MRI, an ultrasound, and liver biopsy to have the real diagnosis. Management of NASH is very difficult because there is no particular medication of the disease. Therefore, its management is essentially lifestyle changes like losing weight, physical exercise, and a healthy diet. We also have to address the underlying condition like diabetes and hypothyroidism. We are here today to create awareness, especially to health personnel, about this silent killer which is often misdiagnosed due to the lack of comprehensive research data, the lack of an appropriate medication, and a non-invasive test kit for this affection has led to many health personnel neglecting its existence. We are here today to sensitize the health population that in front of a patient presenting with itchy skin, easy bleeding, yellow eyes, accumulation of fluid in the abdomen and in the leg, fatigue, right upper quadrant abdomen pain, we should think about NASH or non-alcoholic steatohepatitis. Thank you for helping us shed more light on NASH care in Cameroon. We are here in Christian Community Healthcare Foundation Kenya office in Kitale, and we are pleased to support International NASH Day Kenya. I am Michael Ochieng Nyawino, the Executive Director of Christian Community Healthcare Foundation Kenya. Welcome, Dr. Linda.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Linda Achieng Oduma. I am a medical officer. So June 10th is a special day that has been set aside for creating awareness of a liver disease called non-alcoholic steatohepatitis. In short, we call it NASH. So this is a type of liver injury or liver disease that is caused by accumulation or buildup of fats in the liver cells. And it is followed by a cascade of events that lead to inflammation of the liver and the end results of fibrosis.
Thank you for helping us shine a light on NASH care in Kitale, Kenya.